Good morning. This is Curtis, the Family Investor Trainer. I'm going to do a real quick video this morning in order to get it out to all my friends and anyone else who sees this. And I think you're going to be really excited about this. I actually did this myself the other day and found free money for several family members. And let me get right into it here. It's called unclaimed property. And all you have to do is Google states that you have lived in, followed by unclaimed property. Here's a little caution though. Take time to make sure that you're on a government site and not an identity theft type site. There are sites out there that do nothing but collect your personal information. That's how they steal your identity. So make sure it has a .gov in the address. And here I'm gonna show you some examples. And every state's different too. This is not a federal level thing, so it depends on the state. Let's start with California here. Up here to the left, you'll see that I Googled California unclaimed property, and then this is the results. Over almost 2 million results. So careful here. This one here, the very first one, is a .gov. So if I click on that one, the next one there's a lot of ones with .gov, but you come to this unclaimed property search, and if you look up in the address bar, you're still on the .gov site. So we used to live in California, so you just type in your last name, which you can see I already did that, and click search. And what's going to happen is, first of all, there's an explanation, but it's going to create a list down here of all the stores that have unclaimed property. And the explanations will show you what type it is. It could be money. It could be actual property that the state now is holding because a bank or insurance company or somebody has sent that money because they've sent it to you before, or they couldn't find you. For whatever reason, by law they had to send it to the state. So you could go through here and you'll see, well, my name's Curtis Store, but here's the addresses. Did I ever live at these addresses? I mean, could that be mine? Or here's one with a middle initial E. So you look at the ones that match up. I actually found several in California with aunts. So I sent it to their children and let them know that there's money to be claimed. But if you were to click on one of these, over here to the right is the ID number. And if you click on one of these, it gives you more information. This one's showing actual, it's only $7.29. But you can fill out the paperwork and mail it in for what? Your time plus 43-cent stamp or whatever it is right now, and get that $7. It's your money or your family's money sitting out there. Or it could be an aunt who had passed away several years ago. You have to provide the death certificate. Things like that. Like for Arizona, I did the same thing for Arizona because, currently I'm in Arizona. And I click on this and I search for property. And once again, it took me, if you look at the address bar at the top here, it's at .gov, okay? And this is interesting. Over here is your search here. First name's optional. So once again, I'll search store, which I already did. And hit enter. All right, so what comes up is 3 of them. And you have to, once again, look at the addresses. If you lived at these addresses, then you need to submit it. I live here in Arizona, and it still came up as something where they couldn't get a hold of me. I actually received a check just the other day from a car insurance company for almost $500, and with a letter in it saying that they couldn't find me. You know, maybe that's a good thing, I don't know, but I'm still here in Arizona. But you'll notice here that this website took me to this other website. It's called a redirect. And that's not a bad thing, but when you click on this, let's see, where is it? Yes, I can claim down here, down at the bottom. It has, yes, I can claim. When you click on this, it takes you to a site where they want your information here. And when I looked at this, I went, nah, even though it was a redirect from a government site, and that this is most likely 99.9% a legitimate site, I did not feel comfortable submitting my social security number on this site. It's just how I feel. So you're saying, then what do I do? Well, you can actually go to the main.gov site, right? And you could click over here to the left here. There's other things, filing a claim. And every site's going to be different, so this is just for Arizona. Need a claim form. Additional evidence with your, so if you click on need a claim form, right in the middle, it has 4 questions it's going to ask you. You know, are you claiming the property that belongs to your business? Are you claiming on behalf of an individual who's deceased? Are you claiming on behalf of an individual other than yourself who is still living? And are you claiming property of which you believe you are the original owner? And if you click this, it'll automatically download the proper form. So after clicking answering number 4, that it's my own property, a form will be downloaded, and all I do is I go to that form, I have 2 screens, so it uploaded on the other screen, so I'm bringing it over to you. Excuse me. Alrighty, already. So here we have it. Arizona Department of Revenue, claim for unclaimed property, original owner. So all you do is you fill out, and of course they're going to ask for social security numbers, and then they have instructions. You may have to get this notarized. It says here you must provide a clear copy of official photo identification or have your signature on the claim form notarized. I actually did both. And the reason I did both was my father and I both have the same name. I am Junior, even though I while living in Arizona for, I don't know, 10 years, I went by Curtis Store because my father lived in California, and I didn't really think that was a big deal, but It apparently is, and we talk about that in our advanced courses in credit, how to get your credit score up to in the 800s, and that's part of it. Is you need to, you're an individual, so they go by your name, not just by your social. So you have to be careful what you submit to credit companies and everybody else. So I did both. I had it notarized. It went to the bank. It didn't cost anything to get it notarized, so I got it notarized. So double proof, basically. I provided two types of proof. You know, actually three. I actually put in a copy of our Social Security cards. So I just don't want to have to get a letter from them saying we need this later on. I submitted everything, and I even submitted a letter saying why I put both of us on there, that we both, you know, as I explained, that both of us have the same exact name. So that's how the one for Arizona works. That's the only one that I submitted. But, you know, since my father was a military man and we traveled a lot, I went to several other states and to look for, you know, the possibility that there might be money sitting in those states. You never know. You might have, you just don't know. So it doesn't take long to do it. I just did it for you. So, and it doesn't cost you anything to go do that. So why not? I actually, when I went to the bank to get the paperwork notarized, the woman that works with me and does the notaries, I actually told her what the form was for, and while she was servicing us, and you know, I had to make some deposits while I was there, she actually started Googling Arizona and searching, and she found 4 unclaimed properties for her sister, 4 of them. And in Arizona, it says undisclosed amount, so you really don't know how much it's going to be. California gives you an amount. Some states will say under 100. You know, if it's under $100, I don't know. Maybe they think if it's $100 under $100, you won't get it. But there's billions of dollars sitting in the United States with the states, billions of dollars of unclaimed property. So why not? What if you find $10,000 for one of your cousins? I mean, not a bad thing. I did. I actually, not that much. I don't know how much it is because it didn't say how much was unclaimed. And but I just sent that information to my cousins that, you know, it's their aunt's husband who's, you know, deceased, but she's living with them. Anyways, I just thought this is a cool tidbit. Free information, free money. Enjoy, and thank you. And once again, if you have any questions, you can email us at support@familyinvestor.net. And have a great day. Hope you find some money.